completely different. I'm busy with my business consulting, my legal work, I work in corporate governance, I work in talent. I have many hustles. Part of your question was, aren't you too old? And I'm like, no, I'm not too old, because I don't believe you're too old to do anything. Is your goal, I want to look like this, I want arms like Michelle Obama, whatever it is, time when you're like, oh my God, I don't want to go, it's like, oh no, I need arms like Michelle Obama, I have to go to the gym.
When you meet her on the busy streets of Nairobi, London, Dubai, or Ontario, Canada, she may not strike you as anything more than just a gorgeous beauty queen. The truth is, 49-year-old Farah Ismael is not your ordinary girl. Besides being a legal professional specializing in corporate governance and business consultancy, Farah is a global sensation when it comes to bikini athletics. She holds dozens of trophies and medals from local and global bodybuilding. The show is called Traktion.
Traktion?
Yes.
Okay.
Putting someone on stage in a bikini, it was a big taboo. So we're now breaking out of that. What a bikini athlete, which is the category I compete in, looked like when I started in 2014 to what they look like now is completely different. I'm busy with my business consulting, my legal work, I work in corporate governance, I work in talent. I have many hustles. Part of your question was, aren't you too old? And I'm like, no, I'm not too old, because I don't believe you're too old to do anything. Is your goal, I want to look like this, I want arms like Michelle Obama, whatever it is, time when you're like, oh my God, I don't want to go, it's like, oh no, I need arms like Michelle Obama, I have to go to the gym.
When you meet her on the busy streets of Nairobi, London, Dubai, or Ontario, Canada, she may not strike you as anything more than just a gorgeous beauty queen. The truth is, 49-year-old Farah Ismael is not your ordinary girl. Besides being a legal professional specializing in corporate governance and business consultancy, Farah is a global sensation when it comes to bikini athletics. She holds dozens of trophies and medals from local and global bodybuilding competitions. Hello and welcome to Traktion. My name is Pasil Telewa. From being a 3-time Miss Kenya record holder to participating in various bikini events in London, Portugal, Dubai, and South Africa, today we spend some time with Farah, who shares her expensive passion for fitness and a little sneak peek into her personal life. Enjoy. Chose out of all, the sports you wanted to do bodybuilding?
I like different sports, I like challenges, and if you look, I have all kinds of sporting equipment because I like trying new sports. I've got rollerblades, I've got hockey sticks, I've got squash rackets, I play golf, I do a lot of different things. I like to challenge myself. So bodybuilding was interesting because I went to a show in the US, and I went to see, it was actually a friend of mine. We used to go when I lived in the States.
Yeah.
We went to Florida, and her brother was dating a woman who was a bodybuilder. And I'd never seen women on stage. I mean, I'd not been exposed to it. So I went to see the show, and I was just like, oh my God, I would love to do that. Just because I think those women exhibited confidence, strength, there was good muscularity, they were beautiful on stage. Like, it was just the package. It wasn't just this, it was a strong woman.
It was a whole lot.
Yeah, and so I was like, one day I'd like to do it. And I actually didn't start bodybuilding till I moved back to Kenya. I moved back in 2012, but I had a very, very stressful, busy job. And and that was a job that brought me back. I mean, it was a role working as head of legal and VP for a company in the education space. We're basically Bridge Internationals. The company was running schools in the slums, and for me, I wanted to come back. I'd worked in education in the US, and in a similar tech-enabled organization.
When you talk about you wanting to come back, what do you mean?
So I actually moved away to go live in Canada and the US. So I went to school there. So I was born in Kenya, and then I moved and did my law degree, MBA, my undergrad, all my educations in Canada, and then I moved to the US and I lived there for 7 years, working as head of legal for an e-learning company. You know, life changes. I was married there, got separated, and I'd come to climb Kilimanjaro in 2010. When I came to climb Kili, on the way back, I met somebody who was part of Vision 2030, and for 8 hours, all the way, like I think it was all the way, you know.
During a flight?
During my flight, I think I was flying to Amsterdam on KLM, so 8 hours to Amsterdam, and all they kept saying is, we need Kenyans like you to come back. Education's one of our pillars, you know, and it kind of stuck in my mind. And actually, it's probably that conversation that later on, the company I was working for in the States, basically it sold to another company, so I saw it to exit. So basically I was there for 7 years, built out the structures and systems on the legal side, and also the IP, because we were developing curriculum. So it was a very successful thing, but when that ended, my relationship also ended. I think the universe was saying, it's
now time.
It's time for a new beginning.
Yeah.
I went back to Toronto for like 3 months. I worked in corporate governance. And then I saw this posting to come to Kenya, and I interviewed in New York with the founders who were there fundraising. And in July, it was end of June 2012, I moved back to Kenya. And so I was working in this job. And then in 2014, after I'd had this crazy come back to Africa, work in Kenya, you know, it's very different from being in North America.
Absolutely.
As you know. And I kind of was like, what are the things I need to do with my life? I almost had this like, make a list of things I want to do. One was to climb Mount Kenya. One was to, go to India, see the Taj Mahal. One was to go to Hong Kong. And then one of them was, I want to do a bodybuilding show. So that was in 2014. And, I'm in Nairobi, and at the time there were no women bodybuilders here. I mean, it was nobody was doing it, right? We are a very conservative culture here, and even with the men's bodybuilding,